Greetings, dear friends and patrons of television and cinema. My name is Chuck Johnson, and welcome to Inside the Stunt Actors Studio. And point number 2, make a demo reel. Whether you're trying to become successful as an actor in entertainment or as a stunt person, you should always make a demo reel. Now, there's going to be times where you go into an audition and the casting director doesn't really want to see your demo reel. They don't care. They want to see how you do at the audition. But a lot of the times, if you have a demo reel, they'll take the time to look at it. And as they say, a picture is worth 1,000 words, especially a moving one. So much like in other fields, I'm sure, what happens in entertainment a lot is that people will kind of exaggerate things on their resume to make them look like they're much bigger than they really are. And as such, for people from the production side who are trying to do the hiring or who are trying to kind of find talent, they can't always trust what's on a resume. Now, what that means for you is that if you can be the person that shows up with the resume and the demo reel, so you have the demo reel to back up the resume and then the resume to back up the demo reel, then that makes you much more trustworthy in the eyes of the casting director or the producer or the people who are looking to hire you. The other thing to keep in mind as well is with this being the age of the tablet and the smartphone and everything else, you can actually carry your demo reel on you. So even if you're just out in the city and you're networking or you're at a party or something like that, and you happen to meet someone who'd be very, very good to show it to, you can have it with you to show right there. And sometimes that in and of itself can get your foot in the door in places. Maybe not necessarily from that person directly, but because you show it to them, it impresses them. And then when one of their friends is looking for somebody, that person will recommend you. Or they'll say, oh yeah, I met a guy at a party who had a really good demo reel. You should contact this guy. Oftentimes when you're just getting into the industry, the only way you can really get on set is as an extra, and as an extra, you can't just walk up to the director or to the producer if they're there, whatever, and then just hand them your resume and start giving them, your elevator speech about how good you are. Because of course they're not going to listen, they're not going to care, and it just doesn't look very good for you. Now what you can do is if you're on set and you've got a little bit of downtime and it's in between the takes and maybe the stunt coordinator isn't so busy, then you can actually just walk up to the stunt coordinator and then introduce yourself and say, excuse me, sir, but I've got a demo reel and I was wondering if you'd like to take a look at it. Sometimes they're still just going to say no and just walk away, but a lot of the times they'll actually sit and watch it. And then who knows, that could actually lead to something for you. This was actually how I got my own career started, because by chance and by luck, I had managed to get into Godzilla Final Wars as a martial arts extra. And while I was on set, I walked up to one of the stunt guys when he wasn't busy, and I said, how do I get into this? Or how do I continue doing this? And then from there, he walked me over to the stunt coordinator and he introduced me to him while he wasn't busy again. And then I said, excuse me, sir, but I've got a demo reel. Can I show it to you? And then he took a look at it and he said, yeah, looks good. Why don't you come and train with me and my guys? And then that's how I got in. And the funny thing is that particular stunt coordinator that I started training with at the time was very much up and coming here in Japan. And now, several years later, the guy's just huge here and I still have the pleasure of working with him a lot, because he's someone who's literally known me my entire career and he knows everything that I can do and everything that I can't. So he knows exactly what jobs fit me and which ones don't. Now, I know what you're probably thinking right now. You're probably like, Chuck, how am I supposed to make a demo reel if I can't get any actual jobs? And the answer is you fake it. Meaning what you do is you find a director who's trying to be up and coming, and then you find some other actors who are trying to be up and coming, and then you find some makeup guys who are trying to be up and coming, and then you all work together on creating something that you can all use as a showpiece. So then you use that to get the most professional looking footage that you can. You do that several times, hopefully with several different people. You take the best little bits of everyone and then you put them all together and then you make a demo reel out of it. Now your first demo reel is probably going to consist of all stuff like that in the beginning. So it may not necessarily nail you a huge job right off the bat, but what it will do is it'll probably help you to get a real job, okay? And then once you've got that first real one, then you can integrate that into your demo reel. And then after that, that will make it easier to get your next real job. So then you can have 2 real jobs spliced in with all of the other footage that you took earlier. And then that will make it easier to get the third, and so on until you can have a demo reel of all professional footage. And then getting work is much easier.